Hey, so I've been reading the chatter a lot in a lot of Facebook groups about Etsy, and a lot of people are saying that they're not really getting any sales. And so I thought, okay, well let's investigate this a little bit. So they just came out with their earnings, and whenever Etsy, being a publicly traded company, you can buy shares of Etsy. By the way, they are right here. If you go to the here on the Nasdaq, if you have $91.48 right now, you can buy a share in Etsy, and we can see how they performed over 1 year, 5 year. So they had a peak right about there, and then they've been dropping. And this is post-pandemic drop. And then they had like the kind of Christmas rush here where they went up, and now they're coming back down again. So, I mean, I'm not offering stock advice at all. And in fact, whatever I say, you probably shouldn't do. But they're a publicly traded company. They have financials, which we can look at. And if you go to Etsy.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see right here under investors. Click that page. I don't know if you've ever been here, but it says they're a global marketplace for unique and creative goods. We connect millions of buyers and sellers from nearly every country around the world to leverage the power of business. Our mission is to keep commerce human and to not support our sellers. They should add that part. Anyway, here's a press release. You can watch the video, but this is what they release to like newspapers and news outlets, and this is where all those financial shows will get this little packet, and then they'll do a little quick story on it, and Etsy's happy because they get exposure. But what it says in here, and a couple things stood out the most, is first quarter performance highlights include consolidated GMS was 3.1 billion, but it's actually down 4.6 year over year and down 2.6 on a currency neutral basis. Etsy Marketplace GMS was 2.7 billion, down 4.7%. Let's actually zoom in on this. There. So the first quarter was impacted by consumer wallet share shifts from goods to services. So they're making excuses. The Etsy Marketplace grew active buyers by 1% year over year to 89.9 million. Okay, so that's a key number. That's how many buyers are there. The first time this metric has grown on a year over year basis since the fourth quarter of 2021. We acquired 7 million new buyers. There are 7 million of us on there trying to make sales on Etsy. So if you are wondering, why the heck are my sales down? There's now 7 million buyers. And if you go back a couple of years ago, it was like 4 million. It's almost doubled in a couple of years. And that's thanks to the pandemic and a lot of other stuff. They're still making a lot of money. They make a lot of money on ads. You can see the revenue in thousands. I don't know why they do that. Just like they don't want it to look like billions and millions, I guess. But the revenue, 640 million. Marketplace revenue, 467 million. Services revenue, 173 million. Gross profit, 445 million. What a business to be in, right? 9.6% growth. Operating expenses went up a little bit. Net income actually went down a little bit. But net income and gross profit are different because they could have done investment into physical assets, or they could have grown departments or whatever, put more money into the site, whatever it may be. And here's the active seller number. And so it's up 3.8% year over year. And the buyers are basically holding steady. So sellers are going up from a year ago, and buyers are remaining steady. For you as a seller, what that means is there are a lot of people vying for the attention on there. And here's one thing that stuck out to me too, is this part. Etsy ads remained an important driver of our revenue growth. We launched new capabilities to incorporate in-session buyer behavior that enhance personalization, delivering conversion improvements, and driving efficiency in the auction process. We also launched ads in our app that are visually larger than organic listings, making it easier for users to preview listing details and page search results. There you go. This part too, we strive to be the platform sellers love to sell on by investing to help our sellers efficiently and effectively manage their shops. For example, during the quarter, We provided sellers with personalized growth insights to drive sales and improve conversion rates by providing abandoned cart offers to both guests and signed-in users. Continue to expand our Star Seller program with a number of sellers included in the program up nearly 80%. Okay. Optimize our performance marketing attribution, and they did a lot of advertising. And our new $30 million impact investment fund made investments in that, which provide capital training and support to aspiring women business owners from low-income and marginalized communities. Okay, so they're doing their thing there. Investing in search and discovery. They keep saying increasing personalization and relevancy in search. That's tinkering with our algorithm, which is one reason that you might notice sales are down a bit. The second reason is seasonal, because we are in May. And if you're not running a shop that does anything for like Mother's Day or Father's Day, you are going to see your sales are going to be down naturally just because of the time of year. But so the part that I thought was most interesting was not the revenue. I know they're making a ton of money. It's this part where the active sellers has grown and the active buyers has remained stable. So there's actually, here they're saying it's 95.5 million active buyers, and here they're saying it's 7.9 million active sellers. So what I wanted to show you here is if you go to Etsy and you're like, I'm a relatively new shop, I don't really have many sales, I want to buy, say, timeliness, we're 10 days away from Mother's Day when I'm shooting this, a Mother's Day card. So a buyer types that into Etsy, and here's the results. And if you look on these ads by Etsy seller, you can see how many ads are on this page by going like this. Control F, buy Etsy seller. This page, if I scroll down, there's 34 paid ads on this page. Okay, every third row, starting with row number 1, are ads. So these are ads, 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 and ads, and ads, and ads. So basically, a third of the page is dedicated to ads. The next 2 rows down here are dedicated to kind of retargeting without ads. So Etsy knows that I was searching for Mother's Day cards earlier. So it's showing me a bunch, and then it's showing me a Mother's Day mug and another kind of Mother's Day potted plant here, and this one and this one. I've looked at all these listings. I haven't looked at, let's see where it starts. Oh man, it's even further down. They're retargeting me heavily. Basically, we're probably right here. So how many scrolls is that? 1, 2, 3. So this is the top. 1. Let's go page down. So above the fold is prime real estate. 1, 2, 3. Hit page down 3 times, and that's where I see the first thing I haven't seen before, which is right here. So you're thinking, okay, I'm just going to buy ads, and then I'm going to be happy. So if I click this ad, you'll see something very interesting is once in a while, they will actually give you, give somebody who doesn't have many sales, some sales. So this little Happy Mother's Day card is, the store only has 3 sales, and they got the prime spot on Etsy. That's amazing. If you click this one, you'll see they also had the prime spot. That's crazy too. There's another one. So I guess what happened is Etsy has said, we're going to give these guys a shake and let them see if they can get any sales from Mother's Day card. So they gave them a chance, and if I hit reload, there. Now I'll go here, now we got a bestseller. And this is more what I would expect, a shop with like 387,000 sales. And this particular product's doing very well with 962 reviews. But this shop is competing with you for the term Mother's Day card. So if you have hardly any sales, like this shop, I don't even know why this is showing in here, honestly. This is the first time. I think the Etsy search algorithm and the ads algorithm says we're going to give priority to big shops for paid ads as well. And little shops will throw them in there once in a while. We'll throw them a bone just to kind of keep them interested. But overall, if I did this, if I refresh the screen like 100 times, the bulk of the ads are going to go to shops that are making a lot of sales. There's going to be a small percentage that will go to the smaller shops. So you, as a seller, if you're not even running ads, you're not getting seen anywhere. And so I can go down to the organic and I can look here. Here's one. Happy first Mother's Day. We can see this shop has about 16,426 sales, 9 reviews on that card. That's cool. It's doing okay. But if your shop doesn't have that many, and you go down to page, I don't know, let's go to page 8. And then up here in the nav bar, I'm going to go to like page 105. Because I want to look at the results on this page for Mother's Day cards. So let's start here with this one. Or let's go with this one. Just random, see what's happening. This one has 3,924 sales. So even trying to figure out their algorithm is not easy, but there's no sales on this. It's also on page 104. So of the search results, if I scroll back down here. What I'm saying is there are now almost 8 million sellers. They're all competing for the same keywords. Etsy has to prioritize them in some way. They're going to prioritize the big shops over you if you're a small shop. The way that you can try and counter that is with ads, but that doesn't guarantee results. It's going to give you a better shot at it. But then a lot of people run those ads completely wrong in the first place, and then they lose money, and then they say ads don't work. So there's a lot to it. There's a lot behind this. This is a pretty big company. Their algorithm, the only people who really know how it works are the people inside there, but we can see the basic clues that they leave behind on their search results pages. And we can also look at their, these things, their investor press releases and their numbers to kind of get clues as to what's working and what's not right now. In the fourth quarter, people are obviously going to make a lot more money than the first quarter, but unless they have a seasonal shop. And then wedding season's coming up too, and that's going to be huge. Father's Day is next too. If you have Father's Day stuff, you're going to do pretty well. But that's how it works. So Mother's Day card alone, I just noticed this. Look at that. 4,288, 884 results. And they even had ads sprinkled in there. They tell you right here. Sellers looking to grow their business and reach more interested buyers can use Etsy's advertising platform to highlight their items alongside organic search results. You'll see search and ad results based on factors like relevancy, and for ads, the amount sellers pay per click. But we don't control the pay per click. We can't do that bid. So it's not like any other platform where you can put a bid in. It's all automated by Etsy, which is frustrating. The other thing they could do with ads is give us automated rules so we could shut things down automatically if they're not converting, but Etsy doesn't want to do that because they want us to kind of forget about those ads. And I personally think Etsy wants you to run dollar a day ads and just forget about it on everything in your shop because they get paid no matter what. So if you have like 100 listings, it's $1 a day. You're spending like a penny per product per day. So it's going to take you on a $3 product, like a digital product, or $2.52 on this one. If you're spending a penny a day, it's going to take you like 252 days to spend $2.52 on that ad, on that product on Etsy. So, I mean, fat chance, right? You're not going to wait around that long when you've got like 99 other products too. Anyway, I'm ranting now. If you are not getting sales, let me know in the comments. If you're running ads and you're struggling with them, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know how it's going, and we'll see you in the